Hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday night stamp therapy. We're a little bit late tonight because my kids had a lot going on tonight. We just got back from a school band concert and it was fabulous. I have 4 kids and all 4 of them are in band, and so we've had a lot of band concerts going on lately. Tonight we were watching Claire. She plays the flute in symphonic band and the Barry saxophone and jazz band. It was fantastic, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't be here with you, but I know you understand. It is late, I realize, so we're going to keep it on the shorter end tonight. I have a project I want to share with you that I've been really wanting to use these cabin dies, and I've not really had a chance to play with it. And so tonight I'm going to make a card with the cabin dies, and I'm going to share with you. I've gotten some beautiful handmade Christmas cards in the mail, so I'm going to show you some Christmas cards that I've gotten. We're going to make a card and maybe try another a little technique. So it'll be kind of short tonight. How many of you watched the project playback? I posted it at the normal time over on YouTube, at the normal Thursday night time. So I hope that you were able to click over and watch the premiere of Project Playback. If you're not familiar, Project Playback is my way of sort of rewinding and taking a look at some favorite projects from the past. So right now we're counting down the last 20 days of 2021 with our 20 favorite projects of the year. And Project Playback will be a new weekly series starting in 2022. My son's been helping me remix these videos and we're super excited about it. So I hope that you've been enjoying those projects at home. Tonight's project was the hidden message slider card. I was going to see if I had one. I don't know where it is. I've got to find it. I really need to redo that project again, maybe with some new mini catalog stuff. It's a really fun project. So if you haven't already, make sure to check out Project Playback. We have been premiering those videos in the evening, but we're going to switch to 2 o'clock in the afternoon for the rest of the year. So watch for a new video at 2 p.m. Central Time every day, starting tomorrow until the end of the year. So more Project Playbacks. I hope that you are enjoying those. But tonight we are going to jump back to the July through December mini catalog because I really wanted to play with something one last time. It's the last chance to get some of these things. And a lot of things are selling out. I updated the spreadsheet. Uh-oh, that's not the one I updated. That's the old one. Here's the one I updated. Look at all that red. Sold out, sold out, sold out. A lot of things are selling out. So make sure you check the most recent list. I'm not sure if I updated it this morning, but I will definitely update it tonight or tomorrow morning. And then we have some things that are on sale. So I'll share these links in the video description when we're all done with tonight's video. And the thing that I wanted to play with tonight is on this last chance sale list. It is where is it? Is it not on the list? This list? I thought it was. You know what? Maybe it's not. It is retiring. I thought it was on sale, but I don't think it is. No, it's not. Okay. Well, there are some really great dies that are on sale. Some that are 50% off. What? Like, these prices are crazy. One of the problems that we're having is that a lot of the stamp sets are selling out that coordinate with those dies. Like this one, the beautiful baubles, or the bright baubles, the stamp set sold out, but the delicate bauble dies are amazing on their own. So you definitely still have an opportunity to make some cards. So tonight, this stamp set is sold out, but we're going to focus on the dies, which you can get separately. And I thought they were on sale, but they're not, and I'm sorry. The polar bear dies are half off. How many of you are still shopping from the last chance list? I hope that you're getting your favorites before they're gone. Well, tonight's project was inspired by a project that was displayed on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. So this was a project that was designed by one of the Stampin' Up! Concept artists. And I was scrolling through my phone as we were waiting for the concert to start, and I remembered this awesome card. So we're going to die cut some trees, and we're only using the dies. Like I said, the stamp set is already sold out, but these dies have a lot of amazing things you can do because they have, like, the images that die cut the stamped images also have details, so you can use them on their own. So like these pieces fit into the trees to die cut some detailed trees. There's the snowflakes, there's the fence, and you can die cut details onto the fence. So I mean, like, there's just so many cool ways to use this. So we're making a project using only the cabin dies, and we're going to start by die cutting some pieces here. And then I wanted to show you a fun technique that was inspired by a card I got from the Great Big Card Swap. Did you guys check out that video? There were 50 winter cards that we got, and that was on Tuesday. That was just a couple days ago. I'm losing track of the time because I don't even know. We have like a week until Christmas, and I just feel like I don't even know what day it is. I am die cutting a bunch of detailed things here, and I think, can I die cut these at the same time? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. That is really kind of perfect. The way it just perfectly fits into that spot. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Sometimes, like, they're just so brilliant. They think of things that I never would have. I'm going to die cut a bunch of these things at once. And I'm using the big Stampin' Cut Emboss Machine, or Big Mama, as I like to call her. But I think if you did these one at a time, you could probably fit them into the small machine, the mini. I call her Lucy. We've got 3 trees. And we've got one little, oh my God, that is tiny. Wowzers. Look how little. That is really, really small. Then we're going to die cut one more fence, I think. And so this, if I can like show you this, because I die cut it right in the middle, like we just need to give it a little clip. Let me grab my scissors. You could clip it and have, the whole snow thing like that, but we are not going to have brown snow. So I'm going to clip it. I'm going to end up like covering that, but I just want just the little cabin. It's really cool, isn't it? So you don't need the stamp set. You can use just the dies really well on this set. Sometimes I feel like the stamp set is really integral to the dies, but I feel like this one, the dies really do stand well on their own. So let's get one more fence, and then we're gonna get our card kind of put together. What happened to my little bowl? Oh, there it is. All right, this way we don't lose anything and all the mess of the paper. Okay, moving this to the floor. Oh yeah, we'll pull it back up in a second. Okay, so we have some pieces here. We have our crumb cake card base, a piece of the painted Christmas designer paper. This is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. A piece of vellum that is 2 1/2, if I remember. Yep, 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. And I cut a little banner tip on one end. And then we've got our die cut. I'm going to come a little closer. Move this. Oh, yeah, there we go. Our die cut cabin. And let's make sense of all of our other die cuts here. We have our die cut trees, and these are extra. Put that there. I have a little banner that's going to be for some words. And we have, oh my God, these fences are so tiny. I swear they looked bigger in my, in the photograph of the project that I took. I'm just bringing it up on my phone real quick to have a look. Nope, they are really that little. Okay, so we're going to do big tree and a little one. And then a little one kind of like in the middle. And then the fences. So it's actually, we're going to glue the fences like to the back of the sentiment. I think that'll be the best way to glue down these tiny things. And of course we need a little linen. I love this linen thread for rustic cards like this one with the cabin. By the way, this painted Christmas designer paper is so pretty. Like, I feel like that is like perfect for winter and not just Christmas. In fact, I think on this one, we should really just stick with like a sentiment that is not necessarily for Christmas, because I feel like this card, this would be like a really great masculine birthday card. Winter is the theme of the December Great Big Card Swap. So if you would like to send in a card, I'll include the address in the video description so you can do that. And I need to step over and find myself a sentiment really quick. Sorry, I should have found some options before I came on. I like this wishing you the best. Yeah, I was also thinking about this one. Well, let me know what you think. So we have this little 1" by 3.5" strip. Should we make a Made with Love for a True Friend or Wishing You the Best? By the way, I took my colors right from the designer paper. So I'm using Evening Evergreen, Early Espresso. I've got Crumb Cake for the card base, and then Cinnamon Cider here for the fences. We're going to go with, I like the dark green here. So let's do the Evening Evergreen for our ink color. I'm seeing your votes come in for the sentiment. And I'm seeing several votes for Wishing You. In fact, I don't really see any votes for the other one, but let's start gluing some things down and we'll let a few more people weigh in on this. I think I was starting to say, and then I got distracted. This painted Christmas designer paper is actually going to carry over and will be available again next mini catalog that's in the fall. The next July through December mini catalog is going to have the bundles from this suite and the designer paper from this suite. So that's really cool. I'm excited to be able to continue using these again next year. And I have quite a bit of this painted Christmas designer paper left over. So whatever I don't use over the fall, over this early winter, I'll be able to use next year. I'm using just a little bit of adhesive to hold down that vellum, and you can kind of see it, but I'm going to cover it up, so I'm not that worried about it. Then we're going to go with some glue, liquid glue on this detailed die cut, and just a little bit of some quick lines here. The adhesive sheets work really well for detailed die cuts if you plan ahead. And so this is going to go right across the top. So beautiful. I really love that. And then we're going to do 2 trees on the side. I know, I love this vellum. It's like a little bit heavier. It's not really thin. So it's like vellum cardstock, I guess, if you will. And it just is like a perfect soft layer, like I'm using it here. And again, I'm casing this card from one of the Stampin' Up! Concept artists who created cards that were displayed in Maui on the incentive trip in the springtime. And I think all those cards have been shared on the Stampin' Up! Facebook page over the course of the last couple months. Now, I'm going to go with the wishing you all the best. That was what you guys voted for. And this stamp sentiment came from the Garden Wishes stamp set. So I love sometimes you have really great sentiments, even though I'm not using the dandelions right now. I was just kind of looking for a style of sentiment and greeting, and this one really caught my eye since this card is a little bit masculine. I feel like, you know, this font and these words would work well to give to a man. Oh, I'm trying to decide if I like that. Let's try again. I feel like it wasn't dark all the way. Oh, that one looks a little bit better. Oh, yes. I really love the way this is turning out. So I'm actually wondering if I can like sneak that under a little bit. Well, but we talked about having our, adding our fences. So I'm going to do a little bit of that snail stamp and seal, and then just kind of tuck the fence so it's sticking to the back of this, and then I don't have to mess with adhesive on this little tiny die cut. And so this is going to go, it's fun just to have that little bit of pop of color, and that tree's going to go on that side. So, little happy little trees. How many of you love Bob Ross with the happy little trees? We're going to stick that happy little tree over on that side. And then we'll use some Stampin' Dimensionals here underneath our sentiment. Oops. I have to remember these are so delicate. So let's do 3. I want that to be well supported. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3 across the way there. And oh, I love that. I think in the original sample, this the linen bow was kind of tucked underneath a little bit, like on the side. But I feel like we have this empty space, and so I kind of like it on top. But let me see what you guys think though. Should I tuck it underneath, how it is right now, or should I stick it up there? We're gonna leave the bling off of this card. Even though there is a bow, I still think it looks. I still think it's a masculine looking card. So I'm going to, you guys agree. Bow on top. Because it does look a little empty without it. If I had a longer sentiment, I think it might be different. But, bow on top. Anyway, I was starting to say, I'm going to leave off the bling on this card. Although I think you could add like some Wink of Stella or something to the trees to winter them up a little bit. But I really love the way that turned out. So this is with the cabin dies, and I'll bring them back out here because we're gonna try one more little technique with these. So for that technique, we're going to use the detail die cut. Put that back on there. And we'll use a couple of the trees. And I'm going to show you this this card from the Great Big Card Swap. And then try to duplicate the technique. So here's the card. This one is by Marilyn Kane. And I love how she has like the impression of these dies without actually die cutting it. So here's the die cut. You can see has the detail, and this is just like the impression. So you can do this with your dies where you can use the silicone craft mat to create an impression instead of die cutting. So instead of the cutting pad, the die is going into the silicone mat and it doesn't cut all the way through. And you would think it's going to cut your mat, but it's not, I promise. So we're going to try this, and I really should try things before we do live videos, but I'm going to try it on the white velvet paper. I thought that would look really pretty, and I haven't tried this before, so I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do, but we're going to give it a shot, and we'll see what happens, and if it's a disaster, then it's a disaster. Sometimes it's good to experiment. And if it's a disaster for me, then you don't have to try it at home and you can save yourself some paper. Okay, so we're going to do it like this. Let's put our camera back up, and we're going to bring in the Stampin' Cut Emboss Machine again. And let's see if I can remember how to do this one. Okay, so we have our base, and if I remember right, we want to just take away well, let's just play around and see. I kind of feel like we want to take this one out because it's thin. And we have the silicone mat, so it's going to go onto that. Let's see if this is enough pressure and what happens. It didn't feel like it did a whole lot. Oh, like just a little. I wonder if I can put that back on and try it again. What do you think? I like the deeper impression here. So I think we just need to play around with the sandwich a little bit. And see what we think. So I'm actually going to add that number 2 back in, and this is not good. I think this is too thick. Avert your eyes. Avert your eyes. I'm already halfway through, so I have to keep going. Oh, what did we do? We broke the whole machine. No, we cut through the paper. That's what we did. So that was too thick. And I want to show you that even though it cut through the paper, it did not hurt the mat. Okay? So that just means that our sandwich is too thick. So we need something in between. I'm not giving up. I have another piece of that velvet paper cut. Okay, let's try this again. So we need to add a little shim that is somewhere in between this number 2 plate and like something in between having it and not having it. So I took it out. We're going to add the cutting plate, and then we're we want to add something else. Let's see here. I have another silicone mat somewhere, but maybe just a piece of cardboard. That would be thinner. Okay, so I have some cardboard. This is thinner. Let's try that. Well, oh, let's take a look. Yay. So it cuts, but not all the way through. That's not really the look we were going for. Maybe it's the velvet paper that's not working. Mitzi says, what about the special plate for embossing? Ooh. The number 4. So that's so smart. Yes. Okay, let's try that. So we would be replacing, I feel like that's not going to still be enough. Okay, so platform. I really should have looked this up. I've done this before. I'm just mad at myself. Oh my goodness. Really experimental tonight. What do you think? We're going to give this 2 more tries. And see, you know what? I'm just going to cheat and I'm going to look at my phone and see what I've used before. Okay. So here's the sandwich I used before. I think this is what we did the first time. I used the platform without the number 2, the cutting plate. Okay, that's exactly what I did. So I think it is maybe just the paper. So let's try the first thing we did because I think that was right. And we're going to try some different paper because I think this is too thin. Or maybe we just need to add a really thin shim. Okay, one more time with this paper. and then I'll give up and try a different paper. Uh-oh, did we lose a tree die already? Oh, Julie, come on. Okay, let's get rid of these. Those are bad. Let's make sure there's no dye stuck in them. What happened to that other die? Oh my heavens. Okay. I'm losing my mind. Where did the dye go? You guys. Okay, well, I'll find it, I'm sure. We're just going to do one tree. Okay, so the problem is the paper is thin. So let's add a thin shim of a piece of cardstock. We're still cutting. I think it's the paper. I was trying the white velvet paper. Let's instead try some thick white cardstock, because I think our original sandwich should work the way it's supposed to. Unless I broke Big Mama. Oh, no, see, that does work better. I think it's the velvet paper. That was my problem. Because I used the exact same sandwich, and here it cut through the paper because this paper is just like a little bit thinner this specialty paper, but this is the thick white cardstock, and so that is the look that we were going for. I believe that Marilyn used the pearlescent paper, so it has a little bit more thickness, and so she got like a little more detail of the edges of the dies there. But we still have some nice detail there. So if you want to get the look of that, you can emboss with your dies instead of die cutting with them. You know, actually, let's try something really quick. To add the detail on here, we can emboss with both of those pieces, right? So let's try another piece of thick white cardstock. I really want a bigger. Okay. This is actually a note card. Let me cut it. Did you know our note cards and envelopes are also the same thick basic white cardstock? It's true. Oh, I love how those fit in there. That's so perfect. Okay. I'm gonna add some trees and send it through. So embossing with dies, you take your platform 1, both clear cutting plates, and the silicone craft pad, and you're going to get your beautifully embossed image. Oh, that was what we were missing. You definitely want to use that outline die at the same time and nest those, because now you have the outline of that. That's so pretty. You could do that on any color cardstock, and you can die cut it or be really simple and just add your sentiment. I don't want to lose these. Let me just stick those here. Let's clear this off the table. And I'm still missing that little tree. But I found it. It was just on the floor. Okay, so we still have a stamp that has ink on it. Let's see how we can just... Oh. We could finish this off. Really pretty. This is the back side of that painted Christmas paper that we used. And let's just do like 2.5 by 5.5. That's so pretty, isn't it? Maybe on a evening evergreen card base. I just want to use the whole thing, I think. Just checking the other designs here. Yep, I think I'm going to do a whole piece of the green. So that's going to be 4.25 by 5.5. Okay, let's zoom back in. I see your comment, Melissa. She's saying trim more of the cabin paper so you can see the green, but I think now using the large piece of designer paper to fill the card front. I think now that is enough of a border. Do you think? Although it's not quite like the right... Oh, I kind of like it all the way over. Some Wink of Stella. Oh, I see what you're saying. Off the bottom. Oh, there it is. That was a very gloppy Wink of Stella. Well, I didn't intend for it to be so gloppy, but... I like putting it all the way over there. On the side. Something a little different, right? Like, sometimes you have to, like, think outside the box. And if you're normally putting it in the center, try, like, going all the way to one side or the other. Try going a little crooked. Try giving it a little extra. Something different. Okay. This Wink of Stella, like, is so leaky that I think it's ruined my card. Usually I love Wink of Stella, but like, I don't like that. I don't like all that. Don't you think it's too much? Oh, no. No. Okay, we're gonna do it again. Don't you hate that when, like, you're almost done with a card and the last thing you do ruins it? Well, it happens to me too. Okay, I have the other half of the note card, and we're just going to run that through again really quick. And this time, we are not going to put Wink of Stella on it, because my Wink of Stella is running way too much. Okay. That looks good. Just to review, the problem that we were having before was the velvet paper, but we're using a thick white cardstock. The base, silly girl. I forgot the silicone mat. Okay, let's move that one. So the die cutting base, and then the thick white cardstock, the dies with the silicone mat underneath, and then another cutting pad. So we've eliminated the thin die adapter and instead added the silicone pad. And it will feel like you're not doing much when you send it through, but you still get a beautiful impression with the dies. And this one seems not as deep as the other one, doesn't it? But we're going with it. Let's stamp. Wishing you the best. Put it on some Stampin' Dimensionals. We're going to come back down ready. Whoop. I like using up my my long pieces like this. I realize that I could cut them and use less, but sometimes it's just easier. We're going to go all the way on the side. That's what we decided we liked on this. Oh, wait. I just thought of something. I really wanted to add something else here. Maybe that's too many times. Just twice. Trying to be careful because I already silly me. I already have the already peeled off the adhesive. I want to tie on some twine. Because I want to just be really subtle about embellishments. Now I can adjust that. Okay. What do you think of the twine bow? Is it too much or just right? I think it's just right. I think it's nice and subtle. Okay, so we made 2 cards using the cabin dies, and these are on the last chance list. So make sure that you get these dies. The coordinating stamp set is no longer available, but you can get the dies in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. Use host code QWGWKBAE. When you order $40 or more, then you'll get a free gift from me at the end of the month and a little project kit. All right, before I let you go, I have some cards to share with you. I have a whole pile of Christmas cards that I've received from many of you. Oh my goodness, you guys make the most beautiful cards, and I always feel so blessed to be on the receiving end of them. Before I get into that though, so the card that I was inspired by, this one by Marilyn King, came from the Great Big Card Swap, and this was a card from the Great Big Card Swap, and I opened it wrong when I did the video on Tuesday. So Patricia reminded me to look at the instructions. So this is the fan fold card, and to open it, she says hold the upper left hand corner and then rotate to the right. Okay, Patricia, I am going to hopefully get this right this time. So hold in the upper left hand corner and rotate to the right, and you have this fan fold. Isn't that cool? This is beautiful. I love the white snowflakes on the dark blue. And I kept wanting to, on the video, I kept wanting to like tuck it under and have it be like, you know, a room card or whatever, but I don't think that is the intention. So that's the fan folds. Really, really cool with the diagonals and the squares. Hopefully I got it right, Patricia. Thank you so much for letting me know. I don't know why I overlooked that. How many of you just like don't read the instructions sometimes? Right? Like, it's such a husband thing to do, I think, is to not read the instructions when you get something. And just jump right in and assume that you know what you're doing. All right, let's take a look at these beautiful cards. Most of these are Christmas cards, you guys. Blessed me so much with your beautiful handmade creations. So I just want to share them really quick. This first one is from Mary McCormick, using the Tidings of Christmas suite from the annual catalog. And then we've got this one from Julie Coles, and she used that beautiful stamp. Oh my gosh, it just slipped my head. From the August and September celebration. It was a $100 level set. And it was this big, beautiful flower. And I love how she kind of added some additional die cuts and blinged them out for Christmas. They totally look like poinsettias. Julie, thank you so much for that beautiful card and your message inside. Dahlia, thank you. Yes, the delicate Dahlia. I knew you guys would know it. This next card is from Jill Pace, using some of the Peaceful Christmas designer paper that was also in the celebration offering. Merry Christmas and best wishes for a Happy New Year. Such an awesome card, Jill. Thank you so much. I love the classic combination of red and white with snowflakes. Really beautiful. This card just came in from Trina Hillegas. Oh my goodness. This is the Evergreen Forest or Evergreen embossing folder, and it was kind of on back order for a while. I'm pretty sure it's in stock right now. It's in the annual catalog, and it's so beautiful. So done in white, and then a panel with the silver foil and the silver embossed greeting is so just classic, beautiful, elegant. Trina, thank you so much for this card. Here's one from Marsha Warren, and here's that Peaceful Cabin. So this is the stamp set that's now sold out and no longer available, but it coordinates with the same dies that I was using tonight. So if you have the stamp set, you can use the dies to cut the stamped image, or you can use the dies by themselves to cut a detailed image. Really beautiful. Next card is from April Booth. Oh, I love the traditional Christmas colors here. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. I was really struggling with that word the other night, wasn't I? The bow punch I'm really excited about. That's coming out in the new catalog. April, thank you so much for sending this card. Oh, this one's from Suzanne DeAndrea, and this is one of those Pinwheel Tower cards. She used the Peaceful Christmas paper pumpkin kit from October 2021 and added some additional stamps and images here to create this beautiful card. Suzanne, we missed you this month at Stamp Club, but I'm so glad that you're spending Christmas with your family. All right, next up we have a card from Cindy Dunn. She's one of my team members. She has one of these little printed calendars, so I can put this up on my desk and use it all year round and be reminded of my amazing team. Thank you, Cindy, so much for sending this my way. Next card is from Rosemary Mcdougall. I love the green trees. We've had so many different stamp sets, so I can't remember which stamp set this one is from, but can you catch those sparkles? Oh my gosh. Oh, I love sparkles. And I'm not sure, I don't think this is a Stampin' Up! Glitter. Really chunky glitter here. So pretty though. And I love those little snowflake sequins. Little washi tape back here on the designer paper, which is Peaceful Christmas. Thank you, Rosemary, for this card. Here's another one with trees. I love the red cardinals. They've got a little sparkle on them too. Can you see that? Maybe not. It's a little Gastella on there. This one's from Anna Rebedu. Anna, thank you for this card. This tree die cut is from the annual catalog. And then these trees, are those also from the, I think they're the Peaceful Cabin trees that we just used with the silver cardstock. And then the cloud is from the basic border dies. This is a great combination. Balmy blue with the real red and the white. Just pop for Christmas. Anna, thank you for that beautiful card. Next up is from Maureen Wozniak. I love this. We got a retired wreath stamp set and die here. And then the Noel and this embossing folder. Classic red and green for Christmas. Maureen, I love the sparkles and the embossed images in the wreath there. I can tell you really took a lot of time, and thank you so much for thinking of us every year and sending a card. I always look forward to your cards. Next card is from Lynn Werner. Oh, Lynn, you outdid yourself. This uses the Peaceful Place designer paper, which is white and silver. And then we have a retired stamp set, The Peace on Earth, with some of the wonderful snowflakes. This is such a fun card. Like not quite, it fits in a regular envelope, but it doesn't quite go all the way across. I might have to copy this fold. That's really fun. And then the little squares in the front. Lynn, thank you for this. I definitely will be giving that a case very soon. This card is by Judy Howard. I don't even need to look at the back because this is Judy's signature decal edge right here. Judy, thank you so much for this card. I always enjoy your cards so much. This is the Sweet Stockings designer paper. And have yourself a merry little Christmas with the die cut there. Judy, thank you. Thank you so much. Here's another card from a team member. This one's from Freddie Boger, and she used the Angels, what was the name of the stamp set? Angels of the Earth? Angels of Peace. don't know why I said earth. I saw earth right here. Angels of Peace. This stamp set has sold out, unfortunately. So if you didn't get it, I'm so sorry. You want to make sure to get these last chance things. Don't wait. Like if you have favorites that are retiring, get what you want now before they sell out. This next card's from Susie Fenlotter, and she used the acorn punch, and I love that glitter paper on there. Dropping by to say hi, nuts about you. Oh my gosh, Susie. You know my favorite season is fall, and so I love your card, and it just like, it screams fall. It's so beautiful. Here's a card from Linda Vanderspool, and she sent this one with some stamps for the Great Big Card Swap. I love Rococo Rose. That's the color here. And it's retired now, but it's just such a beautiful color. I'm hoping maybe someday it'll come back again. The next little cards, there's a few of them that were doubles from the Great Big Card Swap. They sent an extra for me, so I just wanted to give them another shout out. You might have seen these in the Tuesday video, but I'm going to show them again really quickly. Thank you so much again for these extra cards and for your precious notes inside. This one's from Karen Key. This one from Mesa Sama, Cindy Peckett, and Joe Williams. Oh my goodness. I feel so blessed to have all of you in my life. Thank you for sending cards. Thank you for all your Christmas wishes. Thank you for tuning in tonight and stamping with me. I hope that you enjoyed the cards that I shared with the cabin dies, and that maybe I've inspired you, whether you have them at home or maybe something similar, just a new technique that you want to try with the things that you do have. I hope that you have a great evening and a wonderful weekend. Be sure to tune in every day at 2 p.m. on YouTube. Every day until the end of the year, we're going to have a new project playback for you to see some of the best projects that I've shared over the course of 2021. Over on YouTube, I'm trying to reach a goal by the end of the year to have 20,000 subscribers, and I'm not that far off. So if you're not already a YouTube subscriber, I hope that you will head over to YouTube, or if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope that you'll hit the subscribe button so that you can get notifications and or ring the bell to get notifications or whatever, but make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you know when I'm having new videos and going live and sharing content over there. Have a fabulous weekend. I will see you in another video very soon. Thank you for watching and being part of my stamping community. Good night.